Vintage silver. I know many of you out there like vintage silver, which is old silver bars, 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce. Are they worth it, or are they just a fun thing to collect? Let's talk about it. All right, so I just got a package in today. I would also like to talk a little bit about the vintage silver. Why do people collect it? What's the draw? What's the aura around it? What do people want when they're looking for old silver bars? I do really enjoy history of the metals. I like history in general. I'm a junkie when it comes to that stuff. I really enjoy learning about it. So in this package here today, I picked up some old silver 1 ounce bars and a couple 10 ounce bars. This one's gonna be a little tough to get into. So my first and favorite, I gotta say, this is probably my favorite 10 ounce bar that I collect, and I just started collecting them not too long ago. They're called A marks, and here is a vintage A mark bar right here. This is a 10 ounce bar. I've always wanted one of these. I've got some of the 1 ouncers, and ever since I got the 1 ouncers, I wanted to go ahead and get the 10 ounce things like this. I don't think these are low minted at all. They're just really old, and the allure for me is old. Anything old to me is collectible. I really enjoy history behind things like that. Let's see what we got in here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. You know, there are premiums on these that they can get a little steep. I got a great deal on one of these. The other one I think I overpaid, but it was because I couldn't find them for the longest time, and I really wanted one, so I went ahead and paid the additional premium. And of course, that was before the big drop in spot price, which I'm going to do a video on that very soon. So make sure you check that out. So here's the second one I got. This one I like a little bit more because it's got some toning on it. If you watched my last video on how I do toning without any chemicals, you should check it out. It's pretty neat. So here's another one, 783. So that obviously isn't a serial number. It's probably a batch number, but still cool nonetheless. Same numbers. I thought was pretty neat. So I had to get two of them. Two different suppliers too, which was kind of weird that it says 783. So again, I don't know a lot about that. I'm very new to the A marks. If you guys got any info for me, go ahead and put it in the comments. I would love to read them and have a chat with you. Now the other A marks I got right here. I'm gonna do this off camera because this is packed. The A marks, they do make generic rounds as well, but I don't. To me, those aren't really vintage. You know, those aren't. Those don't do it for me. So I got another 10 ounces of 1 ounce A mark bars. I think these are in grams though. Yeah, 31.1 grams. I love these things. I finally have the set amount that I wanted. I got a tube, which doesn't hold it like, you know, with the rounds, but it's a tube, and I wanted to fill it up because these are just so neat. And I think over time these will hold their value as far as the numismatic value. It also has the silver weight value to it as well. But I just think these are super neat, and I really love them. So happy that I was actually able to get my hands on a couple of them. And these are actually in pretty good condition. The 1 troy ounce is 31.1 grams of pure silver. Really neat stuff. I can't get enough of vintage silver and gold. Not so much the gold. I haven't got into that because gold in itself is obviously much more expensive than silver, and the premiums with the numismatic gold can really get up there pretty quick. But what are your thoughts on these? I really enjoy these, and I'm going to try to do a little bit of a Plumberstacker toning to them. Get some septic tank toning going on to it. I don't actually put them in the septic tank. That's just a term that we use because I'm a plumber. But I think these are incredibly neat. I was so lucky to... These don't come up very often. And when they do come up, people really charge you for them. And just so happens this was from a guy that I buy a lot from, so he took it easy on me. He was selling them quite a bit higher, but I was able to get them down a little bit because I do spend money for my auctions and stuff. with him. I sold quite a bit of money actually. Do auctions every Saturday night. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the vintage silver? Now these, I think one of those bars I paid $350 for, which is very high in this market. Like right now, and again, I did buy one of them before the drop. So right now, I think you're getting 10-ounce bars for around 250 ish. You know, depending on what type of bar they are. And believe it or not, the premiums are very different when it comes to different silver bars. That's why I like the vintage stuff. The vintage stuff carries a little bit more of a premium. And over time, they seem to hold the premium, if not grow in premium, which is a double-edged sword because you have to pay that premium initially. And sometimes it's hard to get that money back because it is a very niche market inside of a silver market that's already a niche market. So, you know, be careful when you're out there buying vintage stuff. It's okay to just to go ahead and buy one because you want it, and I did, and I overpaid. So one was $350, right? The other one I got for $285. So that's the difference. But again, it was the silver, I think, was about 21-ish at the time when I bought the first one. The second one, it went down a little bit, so I got it a little bit cheaper, but that's still a premium. You know, $350, it was a lot. And it was just, I could not find them. And when I found it, and the guy's was $350, and that was it, I couldn't even talk him down. He was like, no, because I'll sell it in a minute anyway. And it's very true. These things are hot. I wouldn't say they're hot. They're just, the people that want them, they want them. And if they see them come up, they're going to buy them immediately, regardless of the price, because they're just not out there all over the place. So I think the resale on that will always hold its value. These are highly collectible. So this is the vintage silver that I'm talking about, like the 90%. This stuff, I don't mind paying the premium for because I know that I will get the premium back, if not a little bit more on top of it, especially if you're going to hold on to it for years to come. And that's what I plan on doing with my silver. Is I'm not going to sell any of it really, other than, you know, what I buy and sell for auctions. I'm not going to be selling my 10-ounce bars. These A-marks are going to be in my safe for years and years to come. And hopefully when it's time for me to sell or pass them on, they've gained and they've grown in value. And they're not making these types of bars in like that Carson City Morgan. They'll never make those again. So if you get your hands on one, they're very, very collectible. So hang on to them unless you need cash. And if you're selling stuff like that, go ahead and reach out to the Plumberstacker. I'm always buying stuff for myself and mostly for the auctions. Anyways, what did you think about my vintage silver? Absolutely in love with these A-marks. Very, very happy that I got my hands on them. Let me know in the comments if you think that the premiums are worth it on these or not. I know that some of you would rather just buy the silver weight, and it doesn't matter what the, you know, vintage or non-vintage, made yesterday or made 20 years ago or 100 years ago. It's a great conversation to have. I love hearing about your opinions on matters like this. I am a fairly new collector. I've only been collecting for about 3 years. I've learned quite a bit and I'm still learning, but your comments and your thoughts and your knowledge passed on to me and everybody else that reads them is a benefit to us all as a whole. So please, if you have something to say, go ahead and say it in the comments. It helps us out. It helps me out. I'm super stoked about these. You won't get to see these for sale, that's for sure. But I just wanted to show them off. Anyways, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Plumberstacker, see ya.
Thanks for watching the Plumberstacker, where I show you my stack, but not my crack. Please like, share, and subscribe.